during the civil rights movement, they didn't know where they was going to go. They didn't know where things were going to go in their country. But they continued to do what they knew was right, and they continued to bring to justice the things that they knew needed to be brought to justice. They didn't sit back and say, well, we don't know what's going to happen next. That's why I'm telling you, half of y'all Americans are a shell of what your forefathers were. They didn't know, they had no idea what this country was going to become. Some people could have looked at it and said it was hopeless. There was nothing but racist people here. A racist system, racist police, racist teachers, racist everything. And imagine still having the courage to bring to justice the things necessary. They did that. And you got to do it again. Unfortunately, you should have knew that. You shouldn't have got too comfortable in this country. You got to do it again. You have to do it again. Because they do not deserve to have a system. Now, for you who just sit back and say, we ain't doing nothing, well, go, okay. Stay right there. Now, when all hell breaks loose, you know why it happened. So, see, it works out. For people that don't want to do nothing, I'm letting you know why all of this is happening. So you're still being informed, although you're lazy and not going to do anything, you're still being informed. So you won't be surprised. For the rest of us, it's time to disarm American politicians when they're marrying your children, putting their penises in child vagina. They're having sex with child vagina. I gotta be 100 with you, because you act like you can't have these real conversations. 44 states is having sex with child vagina. "44 states in America, in the United States of America, is having sex as fully grown adults, not as children with children, like children are with children, which is normal. No, they're fully grown adults having sex with child vagina. Oh, and just in case you didn't know, it applies to boys too. Oh, and just in case you didn't know, it could be the homosexual or lesbian community that gets involved too. Well, 44 states has child marriage. It doesn't say you can't be a lesbian. It doesn't say it can't be same-sex marriage with the child marriage. Boom. I know you don't want to hear that. See, this is what's going to get you angry. When I tell you the 44 states marrying children can also be same-sex. If you're slow, say you're slow. Which means you can have a gay child marriage. How blasphemous is that? Meaning a man can marry a boy in 44 states in America. Yes, this is true. So you think they're going to discriminate against a man wanting to be with a boy when they're not discriminating against it in 50 states with gay same-sex marriage? You think a gay man can't do that when there's 50 states that allows adults to have same-sex marriage? You don't think they let adults marry children in same-sex marriage? They do. They do. There's no discrimination against it. There's nothing banning it. There's nothing saying you can't. So now I'm showing you. Oh, and if you don't believe that, let me tell you this for sure. I mean, that's true, though. That's true. The age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. That's a fact. This is another law outside of marriage laws. So in 40 states here in America, men can have sex with underage children. Which means a gay man can be with a boy in 40 states in America. which means a lesbian can be with a little girl. See the pictures? This is the truth, though. It does not say gay people can't do it. So the age of consent goes beyond sexual orientation. The age of consent for sex goes beyond sexual orientation. So the age of consent is under 18 in 40 states, which means women can have sex with girls in 40 states in America. Oh, you don't think they're doing it? You don't think they're doing it? In this day and time in 2022, with girls already being gay, you don't think they're doing it? You think they're all just dating the same age? When you're taught to be a money-hungry community, you don't think these young girls out here are doing stuff for money? Boy, you stupid as they come. I didn't say the children was innocent, now did I? Oh, let's put it like this. I didn't say the children wasn't part of the situation, now did I? The children are out here getting money. Oh yeah, I know you don't know no better. You think because you don't see it, it ain't happening. That's how simple you are. Like an old person sitting in their lazy boy recliner with a Coca-Cola. You don't even turn your head and look around. That's what you are, like a lazy boy, like an old person sitting there, lazy boy recliner with a Coca-Cola under the AC in the summertime, not even turning your head, just looking at the TV. That deceives you all the time. The TV deceives you all the time. These children are out here getting money, taking full advantage of the age of consent. Well, we're 17. You know, they Google stuff all the time. The age of consent is at 17 in New York. They Google stuff all the time. So, you don't think 44 states with child marriage allows any sexual orientation? Of course it does. When you already have 50 states with same-sex marriage. So it's legal for same-sex marriage. Why wouldn't it be legal for same-sex child marriage also? It's not illegal. It's not illegal for same-sex marriage. So why you think they would discriminate because it's a child when they don't discriminate as far as a child in the first place with 44 states with child marriage? So they don't care that it's a child. You got 44 states married children. They don't care if it's same sex. You got 50 states with same-sex marriage laws now. So why would they care in that situation when both come together, things that are both legal? Why, if both of those situations are legal, why would they care? You got same-sex marriage. You got child marriage. So if they both came together and both being legal, why would they care? Why would they care? You got to use your brain, which means a man can marry a boy, which means a woman can marry a little girl. Right here in America. I know, you don't want to face reality. And this is why Christians must depart from America. We got to stop praying for this country. I haven't prayed for this country since COVID came. I haven't prayed for America specifically in years. Because I know it's your time. It's your time to go. I know you didn't expect this, did you? Well, you did it to yourself. That's why you didn't expect it. You expected a war or some disease, but it's your own morality that makes it your end. Your lack of morality has caused you to perish. Your lack of morality is why you will perish. Every empire's story is unique. Your story is your lack of morality, like Sodom and Gomorrah, is why you're dead. I know. It always happens like this. It happens to the rock stars like this. The rock stars don't have any enemies. They kill themselves with drugs and alcohol. Am I right or wrong? These American rock stars never really have any real enemies. Everybody loved them. Everybody sang their praises. They love the American rock stars. So how does the devil defeat the American rock star? How does he do it? He makes them do it. He makes he or her do it to themselves. Drugs, alcohol, you see it all the time. They have the best friends. Everybody loves them. They still don't feel loved. And they die prematurely doing it to themselves. And it's the same story and cautionary tale of America. You're like an isolated rock star that just did whatever you wanted to do. And no one else could kill you because you was a rock star. You were safe. You were protected like a rock star is protected. Nobody can really just kill an American rock star. They got security. They got protection. They even have personal guns. So it's the same case. America was so protected and loved, and everybody sung your praises, but you did it to yourself, just like a rock star overdosing. You overdosed on immorality. Boom. You overdosed on immorality. The American system and government and community, you overdosed, you OD'd on immorality. When you got 44 states marrying children, that's ODing, man. You know that term is used among American culture when you do something too excessively, no matter what it is. You OD. You ODing on this. And you OD'd on on immorality concerning children and sex. You OD'd, man. You got 44 states marrying children? That's ODing, bruh. You OD'd, bruh. Man, you ODing on that, man. Word is bond. 44 states married children? You OD'd on immorality. It's your cautionary tale. Your empire wasn't destroyed by nukes and like everybody else thought it was going to be. They thought we was going to live in this Walking Dead world where everybody walks around through grass and jump over fences and fight each other in this no man's land. Sorry, buddy, you couldn't even make it to that because of your lack of immorality. You couldn't even make it to that. Hey, all decisions matter. All decisions change the landscape of what happens and what doesn't happen. Now you know. You can't just do anything and everything and think, oh, it's going to just be as we want it to be. You know who taught you that? The white Americans taught you that. Because they had money as a safeguard for so long that even up until now, they think they could just do anything and that money is going to deliver them. Then why they ain't delivered from COVID and why they ain't delivered from monkeypox? Why aren't they delivered from inflation? When you still paying $15 for a bag of chicken. And see, that's what made them feel they could do any and everything. And then now look, the lack of morality is the very key reason y'all not even gonna make it to a Walking Dead world. You can't make it. Look at your situation. This ain't gonna be no Walking Dead, a post-apocalyptic world. That's what you thought. You thought it was gonna break down, society was gonna break down like that. Nah. I'm showing you where it's going. I'm showing you in reality your particular situation, which is not 1,000 situations, it's one situation. Your situation is your morality in America was so bad with marrying children and killing your own children for the community. You're killing your own children. It was so bad. Black people killing each other, black people killing children through drive-bys. White people still racist and not doing anything with the American system. They have no intentions of helping you. All of y'all say y'all street smart, but you still can't see that. Well, what have they done for you? Looks like if I didn't know any better, looks like they have no intentions of helping you. They're helping everybody else. The Mexican Americans don't live in the ghetto. Not like you do. If most of the Mexican American community here in America lives in almost a middle class neighborhood, look at it. How do Mexican people come here and not go to the ghetto? Why do poor Mexican strange people that are not, even though it's Mexicans here, why do all the people that are illegal or even legal come here broke and don't end up in black ghettos in mass amounts? They're coming from another country. They have nothing. So how do they not go? How do they escape the ghetto? How do all these Mexicans coming from America, from Mexico, how do they escape the ghetto with no money? How do they can afford that? I'm going to tell you why. Because there's programs that the government has for the Mexican community. They got programs to help them. So when they come over here, broke as can be, they don't go to a ghetto. So look, for black people, I'm showing you, they don't have no intentions of helping you. They are still angry that you destroyed their all-white American dream here in America. You the one started it, not the Mexicans. The black community is the community that stopped the racist white people from having this big white America with nothing but white people. That's what they wanted. Oh, you think they wanted you here? They wanted you part in the portrait of their America. Use your brain. They didn't want you here. They didn't want you part of the portrait. They didn't want to give you anything. They didn't want to give you money. They didn't want to do nothing for you. They didn't want to see you. They wanted only a white America. They only wanted a white America. And they're still angry, and they pass that anger down to the present generations, the new generations. They pass that same anger and resentment because you destroyed their white American, full white people America dream. It was more to you than anybody. And that's why they're still angry with you. Just in case you didn't know. Because you'll say, why are they angry? I hear people say, why are they angry at us? Because you destroyed their dream. This was a land that they see the possibilities, how beautiful it was. You see how beautiful it is. Now, put yourself in the mind of these racist white people. They see all this beautiful American land. Nothing here but beautiful land. Uncharted, beautiful land, right? They want this all for themselves. Think about it. And you see that because of how they did the Native Americans. Definitely know they want it for themselves, how they wiped them out. You know? And so that being said, he started to see this beautiful land, all of this, and you came in the picture and you was relentless and you didn't stop, and you decided you didn't die, you didn't go in the wilderness and die. That's what he might have expected that. After you left slavery, let's go in the wilderness and die. Let's do nothing for them. They'll die off. And you didn't do that. And you began and you fought for law, you fought for rights. Now you see what I'm saying? You fought for rights, you kept fighting, and now you're taking over the culture. He resented you. He still resents you because this was supposed to be his land with him and his family, not you. He didn't want you here. He doesn't want anybody else here but him. And now it's too late. So now what he decides to do is just destroy it all. Now he's self-sabotaging. That's a 7. The white man is self-sabotaging now because he ain't no way he's going to get back on top of the culture. So he's self-sabotaging the whole country now. I think he looks at it like this. I'd rather tear it down for them to have it. Let them rebuild it. You think I'm going to let these, you know what words you use. You think I'm going to let these people take over this country and we built this? No, we're going to tear it down and let them, and rather than them to have it. That's why you know destruction is coming. Because he'd rather tear it down than you have it. And let's be 100. Even outside of racism, you probably would do the same thing. Well, if you built the country, for the most part, white America built the country. What would you do if somebody else came in and you was on the back burner? You would rather tear it down than give it to them. That's human nature. I'm trying to show you human nature. Because before everybody gets sanctimonious on me, let us remember, African cheese helped Africans get sold into slavery. Let's act like we know this. They had help. The white man had help from Africans to enslave us. To enslave us. It wasn't just white people. Imagine these little white guys coming over here and manhandling big masculine black men. Imagine that. That don't even make sense, physically speaking. These little white guys and these huge 6'4" guys, undiluted by other different races. You think that he's going to manhandle them and put them on ships. Even their women were strong enough to resist the men, the white men. Even African women were strong enough to resist the white man. So how did they do it? Because the African slave, the African chief cooperated. The one that was supposed to be over the people, he cooperated with the white man. So let's don't get sanctimonious and all holier than thou. And y'all acting like y'all Nubian this and Nubian that. Nah, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. When you don't even open your mouth about black on black crime, I ain't buying that. Now, you rather be down with the culture than down with the truth. I ain't buying that. You talk about sellout, but the biggest sellouts are the one killing each other. I ain't buying that. That's the biggest sellout, the ones killing each other. What worse can you do to a man? Death, yeah. Death is the worst thing for simple people. That's the worst thing you can do to somebody, by the way. So I don't want to hear anybody in America talking about anything. It's time for war. Even against these crazy black people. It's time for you to get it too. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's time for you to get it too. See, in African culture, you would have been gone anyway. If you was in Africa killing your own people, this is 7. If you was in Africa killing your own people, they would have killed you off a long time ago. I don't care what you're talking about. Gangster, thugs, pimps, hoes. I don't care what you're talking about. Crack addict and everything in between. If you was killing your own people in Africa, they would have got rid of you. They would have seen you as rabid of mind and heart, like a rabid individual. And they would have killed you off. In other words, you would have been considered the weakest part of the African community, and they have a history of killing off the weak. Oh, you forgot about this part, didn't you? The part where the African kills off the weak part of the community. The part that's too weak to do what they're supposed to do. The part that's too weak to tell the truth. The part that's too weak and they killing their own people. Oh, yeah. You forgot about this part, didn't you? I know. You did. Well, your time has come. I got the dagger in my hand, and your time has come. You are the weak part of the African community. You've proven it. It's not my opinion. You've proven it. And God is going to take care of you. I know you thought you were so holy. You know, black people can think that too. You so holy, ain't nothing going to happen to you. Just like the white man. He think he's so holy, what can happen to me? See, he had the mentality before you did. He thought he was so holy and powerful, building these buildings. Put yourself in his shoes. He's building everything all around, roads and everything. What can happen to me? What can happen to me? Are you serious? You see what I'm doing? I got cars out here. I got automobiles out here. I got whole societies out here running back and forth. City to city, every great metropolises all around this country. What can happen to me? And then COVID came. And then COVID came. And now you got 1 million+ deaths. And it's still on the rise. It ain't stopping yet. Monkeypox just came on the scene, by the way, too. Inflation is doing this thing too. And see, now the black man got that complex. He's making money. He's doing good. What can happen to me? You become just like the white man. I'm all on TV. I'm here up and down these boulevards and avenues. You see how many cars I got? You see how many cars I got? You see my mansion? What can happen to me? Who can do something to me? You see these guns we got? We got choppers. We got 20 choppers. I dare somebody try to come over here. We got 20 choppers. 20 SKSs for military that don't know what a chopper is. We got 20 SKS. We got 20 SKS guns. That's what a chopper is. For people out on the streets that talk about choppers all the time, I'm giving you the real term, SKS, buddy. That's what it is. See, it's people that's really about this life. Now you understand. And you think in a cartoonish fashion, they're going to get rid of me. It ain't going to happen. I'm too strong out here. I'm too strong out here. You'll die before I do. And you better be careful how you treat me on top of that. Not only what you do, you better be careful on how you treat me. That's for your government. That's for the food stamp office. That's for SSI and anything in between. DMVs, all of that. You better be careful when I come up, when I got some business to do, you better be careful how you treat me. Make your whole system collapse. We're not playing any games with you. You shouldn't even be here anyway now. Anyway, you should have been gone yesterday. You should have been gone yesterday. You're not going to make it with psychological war. I'm sorry to tell you, because as soon as you try to pull up and think you got something, we're going to wipe you out. And I don't care what comes across my mind that I know is from you anyway. You can't win with psychological war with a man like me. I am spiritual after all. So guess what that means? I will always overcome. I'm always dealing with the reality of things. Not that goofiness that you're doing. That don't mean nothing to me. We have a no BS mentality. You can't, like Christians have no BS mentalities. I don't care nothing about that foolishness you're doing. As long as you don't touch me. Just like black people say, how we grew up. You can say whatever you want to say out your mouth. As long as you don't put your hands on me. long as you don't put your hands on me, you're gonna be okay. I'll tell you like that. Because I always got a weapon. And ask people, I pull it. I pull it, buddy. And don't push me. If I pull it, don't push me. That's all I gotta say. Okay? And anybody that ever did put their hands on me, look at their situation. Look at their country. Well, when people decided to put their hands on me, less than a month's time, you had 2 mass shootings, one in Buffalo, one at Robb Elementary, and you had inflation, you had gas prices, and you had monkeypox. Less than a month's time. All of this happened at one time when somebody decided to put their hands on me. Now, is that a coincidence? I'm going to go over it again. Let's review it again. In a month's time, less than a month, it wasn't even a month, which means it was less than 5 weeks. Less than 5 weeks of somebody putting their hands on me. This is the facts that happened within that first month. Less than 5 weeks. This is the facts. Monkeypox. Monkeypox was nowhere. Even though it has a past in this world, it was nowhere to be found in America. Within 5 weeks of somebody punching me, you had monkeypox. That's the first one. Second, when you had a shooting in Buffalo, a mass shooting. The third one, you had Robb Elementary, a mass shooting there. You had